Hello there everyone and welcome back. The race continues to rebuild my armada that I so horribly lost as a result of the Darlock front. Thankfully, I am now at peace with them there. I'm fortifying my border in case they decide to take another cheap shot at me, but it won't be long now till the Klackons make their way over to me. They already got Cisco. They may be going to Sretson, but it remains to be seen if they're going to go through the wormhole anytime soon, because they are right next to it. Oh god. Oh god. The Meklar have a Titan already. Go figure. I got my work cut out for me, needless to say. So I'm going to have to try and hope the Sakra are prepared to fight a war with an invisible fleet that I've completely lost track of, because I have no clue where it went. In fact, I'm not even exactly sure where their homeworld is. It could be Sisla. I have no idea if it's Sisla or not. Or it could be Seki. It was somewhere up here, I would imagine. So, the Meklar are within striking distance to wipe them out. So I need to be prepared. And already Space Factory's got that asteroid mine set up. So, that'll help me with my credits a little bit. But, what are my options? Really not a whole lot besides maybe upgrading this military outpost, because if by chance they go over to try and wipe out the Psilons completely, I'm going to have to move my entire fleet over there in preparation, so having an advanced outpost in place for that is going to help. Also, my fleet, how strong is my fleet looking there? Got a couple destroyers, most of which is probably due for an upgrade, so let me actually check that, because I want to cut out the bombs and give it a proper upgrade, especially since most of these destroyers I think are low tier, several tiers down from the looks of it, because I'm already tier 12, this is tier 7, so gonna be a slow process. I'm gonna burn all my creds for it, but every little bit I can get to get my fleet ready is gonna be great. And even these destroyers here, like, still a couple tiers off, so if possible, just upgrade everything, get a couple cruisers for good measure, and then if I can get my second emu, I should be good.
Meaningful exchange furthers.
Oh my. For once, someone decides to give me a decent trade. Although, to be fair, Soccer did it once, and I have been failed to be able to replicate that situation, because anytime I come to them with a trade offer for tech or anything, they seem to want a lot more out of me. So, I am pretty much at the point where I'm practically done with trying to trade with the other races, because they are making it really difficult for me. Although if I'm going to catch up with the fact that the Meklar is so strong and dominating right now, I'm going to have to make some compromises. I think that's the truth of it. And I gotta hope that the Sakura are prepared to fight off their adversary, because I'm not going to be able to see what's going on, so I gotta hope for the best. Because the Meklar are not happy with me as is, so once they're done with the Sakura, they're going to be coming for me, without a doubt. And Ferris Prime, I don't know what I just had you build. You're way in the back, you do have a jump gate, but what did you just build? I'm not seeing anything, so you must have built some structure, actually. Can I find here? Okay, subterranean farm. That is not helping my war effort, and quite frankly, I need you to do just that. So, I would love an eagle. I would love me a handful of eagles. It's very unlikely I'll get an eagle unless I push the envelope a little bit on my pollution. And actually, yeah, I can try and push the envelope a little bit more. It's only 2 pollution up, so 14 turns should be enough for an eagle. I did upgrade that, right? I gotta make sure it's upgraded. No, it's not upgraded, so that's gonna take even longer. Let's see, I just gotta double check. Okay, it is upgraded. It's just a fact maybe I could consider changing it for phasers. Let's see. These would be heavy mounts, but what specifics are there? I'm trying to figure out the comparison, because it doesn't want to tell me the size of it, which is a bit of a downside. Because I can't easily tell how big it would be in comparison. This is 40.5. Okay, it does say on there 54, so I would have to drop something for that. Which looks like it would be a phaser. And the cost would go up by 7, so I'm going to do it. Upgrade custom blueprint. Ugh, maybe not. Got paranoid, I'll upgrade a couple other things I don't want. Because we got antimatter drive, we got Sutronium armor. I'm worried about doing this because it did that with my emu and completely changed the loadout. But it's done. So, is that calculating the fact? Let's see, that's tier 8. Which one is this? Okay, tier 8, so we're already accounted for that. Perfect, so hopefully that'll get done in short notice. That's the hope. And upgrade, well, there's 2 destroyers. It tells me how many are potentially upgradable. Sadly, it's a little bit too expensive, but slow and steady wins the race, right? Although I'm kind of in a bit of a rush, so I don't think that works. And let's see, Earless is still starving. Gazelle seems to be in the good. Actually, Earless 2 is not starving anymore. Perfect. We are making progress, folks. If only slightly. So let's get this building underway. Really, it just needs to self-sustain itself, because I don't have to worry about it going to war just yet with the Darlocks, I'm gonna hope. So I should be able to get away with a little, just focusing on infrastructure. And hopefully it can make some income for me as a bonus. Right now they're not, because clearly was a negative one. Oh well, actually Earless 2 is making money for me, so it can start profiting for me if nothing else. And what did I want to do with this thing? I brought it up here and I can't remember what for. Because I already got a gate up here because I bought one for Space Factory. I'm trying to remember why this is up here. And I honestly couldn't give you an answer. Maybe for a sensor net. That would actually be pretty useful right now. I don't even think it'll let me build a sensor net because there's no unoccupied regions here that I could potentially build one. So I'm going to have to build one way back here then in that case and hope it's enough sensor range to see what's going on. Thank God, finally found a fleet. It's not a very impressive fleet. Lots of destroyers, a couple frigates, and 1 cruiser. Okay, 2 cruisers, so I'm hoping that's a reinforcing fleet because I don't think that's going to take on the Meklar. Because they got a lot more coming. Oh well, I'll stop commenting on the Sakura right now and try and focus on my own survival right now. And I'm assuming Threaton, am I even pronouncing that right? I think I am. Threaton is probably going to get nuked next because I don't quite see this Klackons just yet. Because these wormholes connect, so. Ooh, and thankfully. Okay, never mind, that's a service. That's my own satellite network. Never mind. For some reason, I thought that was a Sakura emplacement, which would have actually blocked and protected the Psilons. And oh boy, what is going on here? Advanced colony ships. So really, the Meklar and Sakura and everything are stealing my idea, trying to explore everywhere. And sadly, I'm not in a good position to do that. Ooh, actually, I might, if only a little bit. Try and speed this up some. Pollution is going to go up though. So I gotta be careful of that. Still gonna take some time, which sucks, before I can get my own colony ships going. That's the unfortunate name of the game, when somehow my entire fleet gets destroyed after stomping the Darlocks all game. Or all throughout my war, at least. But we're getting a fleet built up there, and I'm feeling confident that they're up for the task. And Altair Prime has built its planetary stock exchange, so that's pretty good. 2 Hawks. Still would like some bigger guns, though. Some cruisers would be nice. Another Emu, which I think, if that's Mill building Emu, that would be, no, that's Hawks, never mind. So which one has the Emu? Okay, Yan 4 has it, and it's going to be 15 turns. Do I have an easy way to tell what pollution level's like without having to go to the colony? I may have to wait till the end of the turn for that first. Quite frankly.
The Meklar
Non-aggression pack, and you're going to give me a very barely noticeable amount of credits. I wonder, is this... should I be complimented by the fact they're worried because I have good relations with the soccer that I might attack them? This might bode well for me. Sadly, I have to decline. He yeah, if I remember correctly, they also offered a non-aggression pack beforehand, quite frankly. But with how ridiculously the Meklar are expanding, I think I'm gonna have to take them seriously, and look who it is. This bodes well for me as well.
The Combine selects this one for the task.
Actually, I'm curious, no one's gonna vote for me, are they?
I choose none.
Oh, jerks. After all I did for you, too.
I've arrived at a conclusion.
Oh, look at that, 7 whopping votes.
We abandon our vote.
Well, I am flattered by the Psilons for voting for me. They're not very helpful. It's not very helpful votes, is it?
We are left not to speak.
And without a doubt, no one's gonna win. I think that much is obvious. Hell, I could vote for Meklar if I wanted just to be a jerk. But I actually think that would hurt relations with the Sakura some. So why not be like everyone else?
None but me can hold such high office.
Bit of a frame loss there for some reason, trying to render that. But it bodes well for me that it considers me like the second most powerful faction, maybe? So I already acquired data before with the Meklar. That's how I got vision of all these plants, but is there anything else I can do with the spy? Because what I would love more than anything is to kind of be able to get vision of a Klackon planet. But with the Burati in the way, that's not possible. And I sure as hell cannot see... Huh. Interesting. It did not update with the fact that the Klackons took these planets, so it seems. So, because right now it just shows them as Psilons, so that could mean anything at this point. But, oop, pollution's going up again, and that's probably because I'm pushing the envelope some. If only a little bit. Keep production going. It's almost at that point where it's ready, but I need to cut down on pollution first. And this will help a ton with that. I would love to get some money for it, but we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that either, do we? Oh, and it can't even build a battleship for me either, but 8-turn Eagle. Cannot say no to that, but pollution's still going to get to pressing issues, so I gotta wait a little bit more. Little bit longer. In fact, I have to cut some people off here to try offset the pollution some, which is hardly helping, quite frankly. Barely noticeable amount, but at least I slowed it tremendously enough, which is probably the best I could ask for. But damn, if I can ever get this Cestus 4 going, that's going to be building quite quickly. And also, another thing I haven't really considered is my command points. I'm starting to get close to that threshold really quickly. So if I can get more star bases in somehow, that'll be good. And Saw 3, which one is you? Only 3 population world, not that very valuable. Unfortunately. But you're going to build stuff quickly. And still negative pollution. I'll happily take whatever you can build for me. Actually, do I want to switch this around? Actually, yeah. It's not going to get its extra population in just yet. Oh wait, let's see. Let me double check. I want to make sure this gives me base flat food boost. No, it doesn't, so that's not worth it at all. Never mind that thought. It's still growing though, so maybe I should have that ready. And Juliet, if nothing else, you can get some intel for me. Let's see. Oh wait, I don't even remember where you are. Let me check that again. Well, it helps if I hit the click the right damn icon. Damn it. So let's see. Python 2. Okay, it highlights you when I select you. Perfect. So what missions do I want for you? Not really much. I love to think that diplomacy would allow me to kind of ruin their relations with other factions. That would be kind of fun. just conspire the Barate to go to war with the Klackons would be amazing right now. If that's even possible. That's revolt in a colony. Lowers disposition from other races against the target, so that seems like what I want. And steel charge, which doesn't matter. So there's potential there. I doubt I have the skill or tech to really reliably do that. To destabilize. But the Barate are expanded quite well, and I saw that Klackon fleet going through there. Fluffiest. It was only for the briefest of moments, but I saw it. I don't know if that's a reinforcing fleet or not, but... Is there a way, actually, can I get a scout to go through the wormhole and spot for me? That would actually be kind of handy right now. Give me a little bit of intel, because right now, Psilons didn't lose Threshold. I'm not seeing it lost just yet. Probably because it... Oh, what's going on here? What the hell are you doing? Jeez. What? He's quite the joker. Alright, give me the good news. Economic power. Well, no surprises in Meklar, but I'm finally getting up there in the charts a little. Well, that was Klackon, wasn't it? I rushed through that. I should have double checked, to be honest. And wow, did I already get a cruiser done here? Fulpus Prime, did I seriously? Ooh, 11 turns, but pollution is going up. I can't do this anymore. But I will happily take a cruiser for my efforts. There, now pollution will start to drop down again. Thankfully, finally, we got ourselves an Eagle, and it looks like it accounted for the upgrade as well as an added bonus. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I think, if the Klackons are not going to show up, I could probably do a counter push myself. Question is, do I want to rush a scout to kind of like spot? Because I don't want to risk. Well, I could send a frigate out if I really wanted to, but I wouldn't have the sensor range. And actually, where are my destroyers? I can upgrade a Hawk, I can upgrade destroyers. I might as well upgrade whatever's the weakest. So this tier 8, or tier 7 rather, you're going to get the upgrade. That burns all my credits, but everything's almost in fine form. So I should seriously consider doing that. And sensor net, perfect. Does that help me any? Well, it looks like I'm still seeing the same fleet as before. So it's not giving me that much extra sensor range besides seeing what the Darlocks are up to. Which is building up more ships. And rebuilding, so... At the very least I can keep an eye on the Darlocks to know if they're going to try anything sneaky. And I get a little bit of few with the Meklar, which are still moving with the colony ships. But no actual... Oh, never mind. I was going to say no actual armada. But did you... Ooh, they have a light escort here and a Titan that looks so vulnerable if I had a real fleet to engage. Because really... Well, there's 3 cruisers, I take that back. Handful of frigates with a 3 cruiser escort. That's actually pretty fearsome. I take that back. I thought it was escorted by nothing but frigates and destroyers there. So... I don't know what to do with this damn thing anymore now. I can't even remember why I brought it up here, since I had, like, a space factory building for me as is. But, actually, next... I was thinking of sending a ship out there, help playing a scout, but maybe I should just send a frigate out. That'll be faster. And a little bit more affordable, here's hoping. And knowing my luck, they're just on the other side of the wormhole waiting to greet me. Which is kind of the reason why I want to scout. Unless it's barely so affordable I could get away with it. Oh. What's going on here? It looks like a troop transport just annihilated a couple of frigates, which would be amusing. But, if this is the main armada taking a detour... No, this is a pitiful fleet, with a battleship though. So unfortunately Tally is going to be annihilated, but it is keeping him away from the rest of the Sakra. So, it gives him that buffer. So, I guess this is a plan. We send a Hawk out, and hopefully it does not die a horrible fate. Because I would need all the ships I can get, and we're looking pretty formidable. We just lack a cruiser, and, well yeah, really a couple of cruisers to help support my Emu. And with that said, I'm already pushing the envelope some, but I would like to try and rush this Emu out. Because if the Klackons are not coming for me, I plan on making a massive counterattack. And I'm hoping I'm ready for it. Because score is looking like I'm well on my way if I'm being considered for the diplomatic victory at least. So I have that going for me. And I'm practically in 4th place of everything else. And of course, look whose ugly mug it is at first. Just hogging all the spotlight. Not gonna give room for any other race. Ooh, but that doesn't bode well as me. Or doesn't bode well for me there. With the fact that soccer are pretty much below me on almost everything. Besides actual military power, so even though they pale in comparison with the Meklar, if I could deal with this Klackon threat quickly and help the Psilons out, then I can focus my efforts on them. I gotta start putting them in their place. I just need the fleet that I'm comfortable with. Which is probably a fool's errand, because they're probably reinforcing their fleet as I speak. So with that said, let me actually quickly check. Can I rush a scout out? 2 turns, how much does it cost? Doesn't want to tell me, but I'm pretty certain I can rush it. And wait. Oh, this is Cessus 4. I put you in the wrong damn planet. Damn it. Hopefully it's not nearly as bad, because it is just about the same distance almost. So maybe that's okay. Either way, I have a frigate going out, so that can spot for me. I'll keep tabs on what's going on down here. Because what I'm planning to do is when I make my counterattack, provided it's successful, I'm going to take back these Psilon worlds for them. And hopefully, they'll be grateful enough to want to help me with the Meklar when the time comes. We're going to put that storyline in here now. The Meklar are the ultimate threat. They want to assimilate us all. Because they said it themselves, resistance is futile. They're clearly the Borg in disguise. And now, let's see, they just evade Tally. Well, that was an easy steal for them. And that was the first time I actually saw a ground invasion going on there. I'm used to seeing the bombing, so I didn't even realize they had an animation for that. Or visual effect, rather. But it ruined my train of thought, too, so I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, the Psilons. I'm going to try and take back the Psilons world. Hopefully they'll be grateful enough to help with the war with the Meklar. Because I'm planting them off as the Borg. Because they sure as hell sound like it, don't they? With their talk of how resistance is futile. And it's 7 turns until my scout gets there, so at the very least they can spot for my armada when the time comes. Now, where the hell is my cruiser? It's taking a long way, unfortunately, because Fulpis did not have itself a warp gate to utilize, so that may have been a bit of an oversight. Cadet, you're slightly building population, and with the space elevator you can build some ships at a decent rate too. In 4 turns for a star base, ooh, that sounds amazing. Still gonna be a while till any of these things build. I don't know if I'm ready for it, but I'm really, in all honesty, doubting myself so much because of what happened with the Darlock there. I'm worried things are gonna go horribly wrong. What was that ping again? What was that indicator supposed to be? Is it going to give me a notification here in a moment? It almost sounds like that Sakra have colonized Leviathan there, the system. I'm just not sure what it is. Not yet. Alright. Don't leave me in suspense. Oh, that's what's going on. I think it's an indication there was a change of authority in Thresholn. Because it doesn't want to say over here. Besides the threatening fleet, which, again, is our damn space dragon. Not harming anyone. It's the most pacifist space dragon in the galaxy. I laugh at it. And let's see, this is Mirror Prime, so it's not going to do a whole lot anytime soon. And its population is 7, so actually a holo sim would be pretty useful here for the riding folk. And can I cut some food off? Help speed things along? There, that'll help a ton. Never mind, a sewer striking worker on there. I take back what I just said. That'll help a ton. Oh well. Things are going good. My fleet's almost built up. I just can't get too passive now. And go figure, more Meklar trying to colonize everywhere. I'll have to deal with them soon, before they engulf the entire galaxy with their robotic way.